What is up, YouTube? It's your boy ChasmRift here, and today we got news on Series 12. So, for those who didn't know, Series 12 VGC was announced, and it runs from February 1st all the way through August 31st. So, essentially, this seems like this is going to be the series that we're going to be playing up through all the way through the World Championships. And I just want to get my thoughts and opinions on it, and even like an early meta prediction, like early on. I'm not talking about like what's going to happen at the end of the year, just talking about like, hey, this is what I think is going to happen when events start coming back up, and what we're going to see, you know, in the immediate future. So yeah, for those who don't know, pretty much standard rules that every Pokemon that's allowed in Sword and Shield is allowed to compete, besides mythical Pokemon, and we're allowed 2 restricteds, which are basically box art legendaries, and Dynamax is allowed. So first thing I want to say is, this is a shock. I didn't think that we would have basically like a 7-month rule set, 8 months if you count people playing on Pokemon Showdown right now. But in a way, this is kind of good. So first off, Golden, I know you're listening. You got your wish. We got a rule set that will last us all the way into World Championships. There's no changing every 2 to 3 months, which personally I didn't mind. I didn't mind it because it meant that the meta wasn't gonna get stale potentially. It meant that you gotta be flexible. It tested people's ability to team build whenever things did get shaken up, and it was kind of a refreshing change of pace compared to what we had in previous generations. Obviously, that's not sustainable in the long run, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know, it was nice to see rules change every few months, so that in theory, the same person can't dominate every tournament with the same team core. Other than that, like, anybody who wants to compete or just get interested in the VGC, hit me up. Seriously, I made a tweet talking about, hey, if anybody has any aspirations of winning worlds, we gotta link up, we gotta all work together, team build, etc. Because we can't win this on our own. None of us can do this while being selfish. Even the top players out there. What do you watch Wolf Glick talk about it? Videos of him team building. He usually hits up other top players like Aaron Traylor or even Ray Rizzo. And then, or even back in 2015 where we saw Team Chalk, where we saw the infamous like 6 teams were basically the same in the World Championships, and we found out that, hey, those guys all team built together. That's why the team was so strong and they all made it that far into the championship run. Seriously, if you want to improve, whether it's to play in the World Championships, play at your small local tournaments, or just improve in general, hit me up. We can schedule stuff, we can all work together, get on Discord calls, and we can make this work. Now, other than that, yeah, let's just hop on over into my early predictions. So this isn't much of a tier list. I just kind of just threw this up here. Comment to see, like, these are Pokemon that you're definitely going to see in the future. These Pokemon are good. Like, maybe they aren't common yet, but they should be good for the meta regardless of their usage. Sleeper picks are Pokemon that are, we don't know anything about them. Well, we do know what they could do, but no one's really explored them, so that's what they are. High maintenance. Like, this Pokemon isn't good. It could be good if you have the right team building, or maybe they're not what the team is being centered around. And then, yeah, you're either trolling or you're smoking crack. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're going to use these as restricted for a serious team. Like, this is talking about using a serious team. We're not talking about, hey, let's make a meme video for YouTube. We're talking about, like, hey, you have to build a team and you went to a local tournament where there's actual stakes on the line. So, yeah. First things first, I think we're going to see a lot of Kyogre and Zacian. In fact, people are already starting to compare Zacian with Kyogre and Groudon. We're seeing a combination of Zacian and Kyogre being called Wet Dog. A combination I want to call for Zacian and Kyogre would be Hot Dog. And then, Zacian paired up with the boy Scrafty, I want to call it Slum Dog. So, yeah. Yeah, these 3 Pokemon for sure you're going to see everywhere. I also want to put Calyrex. I want to put Calyrex in good. I think Calyrex is going to be used. And since it's very simple, you're going to see it be used. But also, I don't know if it's on par with these 3 in terms of just overall strength. But, yeah, it'll be used a lot. Yveltal, same as here. This Pokemon is a menace. I'm sorry, this Pokemon looks to be a young boy, but he's a menace. Do I know exactly how much people are going to use him? Not really. I just feel like Yveltal is underexplored, but this is going to be his generation. to come out and put some work in. Let's see. Dialga, I'm putting up here at common. I don't actually. I put him in good. I want to put him in common because he's already putting in work right now in Series 11. He's pretty good for. You could run him with his base 90 speed for both Trick Room and also under a Tailwind. Dialga's just pretty flexible in my opinion. I think he's just gonna drop a bit in usage because of the fact that there's gonna be 2 restricted. So instead of it coming down to whether you have a good matchup against Dialga, it comes down to like, hey, you have a better chance of having a good matchup against Dialga. So we'll just put him in good because I predict he's gonna dip a little bit in usage compared to where he's at right now in Series 11, if that makes sense. Just jumping around. You two, put in high maintenance. I think you're gonna have to really try hard to build a team for it with Yveltal, with Calyrex being around. Like, I think Mewtwo is just gonna be here. Lugia, put him in sleeper pick. Multi-skill, really good. His typing is pretty good. Decent moves. I'll just put Lugia in sleeper picks. Palkia, I think Palkia is gonna be good. It actually has really good counterplay against Kyogre because I'm being Water Dragon. You just kind of wall out everything Kyogre wants to do. I just predicted there's gonna be a lot of Regieleki in the meta, maybe some Tapu Koko. I don't know where Rillaboom will really stand because Rillaboom doesn't have the best answers to some of the stuff that's up here. But it all kind of boils down to how frequently used is Kyogre. It would depend on how frequently used Rillaboom is, and in turn it will determine the stock value of Palkia, if that makes sense. This Pokemon spells high maintenance. Like, if you want to make Zygarde work, you gotta have a good team around him. And yeah, I don't think everybody can make that work. Zamasunta, I'm putting him in sleeper pick. I think Zamasunta it's really good. I looked at his stats, and his attack stat is really good. Defense stat is great. His speed is really good. It's not faster than Zacian. Like, I wouldn't say that it's better than Zacian in any way, besides from a defensive front. And his typing is kind of meh when you consider his steel and fighting. But I think Zamasunta has a place if you want to put him on a team. Like, maybe you put him up with Kyogre and kind of have it be like a hard counter to Zacian. That's possible. But, I don't know. Let's see. Just jumping around. Kyurem Black. I think this is going to be high maintenance because I've seen a lot of people right now on the subreddit and on team builders already start pairing up Kyurem White with Groudon. Like, we're starting to see a lot of Kyurem White be used. So I'll actually put Kyurem White up here. I think it's going to be used a lot. People are going to really explore it early on and figure out it's really good. It's just that, the reason they're being paired with Groudon over Kyurem Black is because if they're both on the team and they're physical, they're both weak to Intimidate. They're both weak to Max Wormwind, especially this thing right here. So you don't want to have both of your restrictors be physical or both of them be special, because you could run into some trouble. Regular Kyurem, I'm not going to say that you're smoking crack if you use these. It's just that, like, why would you use them separately when you can use them combined? I mean, I guess you could use them combined because Dragon Fire wouldn't be that bad next to Groudon. You can argue Dragon Electric could probably be pretty good with a Kyogre Rain team. But, I feel like we're grasping straws there. Zern, high maintenance. I don't think... So what makes Zern really good back when there was no Dynamax was the fact that you could set up Geomancy. It was a meta where there's a lot of redirection going on. And even if we're in a meta where there's redirection and you're able to get the Geomancy off, I just don't think Xerneas is going to be that good. Because when it Dynamax, it has access to just fairy moves. And yeah, someone brought a Dialga, like, I don't think that's going to play out well. Especially if the Dialga is Assault Vest or something crazy like that. Or let's say the opponent got up a max Airstream. So, I want to say Xerneas has a place in this meta, but it's going to be on the high maintenance side. Giratina, both forms, I think they're high maintenance. Like, I could find them, I could see them working out, but yeah. Rayquaza so far is a sleeper pick. Like, people are actually starting to explore it, but not to the extent that it should be. So I think it's a sleeper pick. It's weak to ice. That's a big deterrent, because I really was thinking about making a Groudon Rayquaza team. But yeah, that ice weakness and the fact that Groudon isn't the best answer to ice because he's not the fastest, that kind of turns me off a bit. Now, yeah, I'm gonna put these Pokemon in your trolling category because this has been naked. You guys know why these two are here. You could probably argue against Calyrex, but do you think someone's gonna actually use this thing? No. Now, Necrozma, this one, I think regular Necrozma probably actually, I would say, is high maintenance, while this one right here is gonna be good, and I think Duskmane is gonna be sleeper pick. Hear me out. With Prism Armor, it's gonna take away 25% of super effective damage, and depending on how the meta shapes out, I think that means that Lunala will be pretty good to have. Well, Necrozma, Dawn Wings is gonna be pretty good to have because of that reality. Like, you can Dynamax, soak up a hit, and then you can start to go from there. Same thing for the Duskmane. I just feel like Dawn Wings have access to a little bit more, and this is coming from somebody who used both variant. Well, I use Lunala, not the Necrozma Dawn Wings, which is pretty much the same thing, and I've used this one right here to get over top 1,000 on the ladder. So I think I qualified to say my piece on that. High maintenance, 1,000%. When I built my team to use this high maintenance AF, all right. It's a good Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, so Galio's a good Pokemon. Its ability is really great to just stop teams that are centered around lowering your stats or they want to cycle Intimidates. But yeah, I think it's very high maintenance. I can see it pairing up well with a Kyogre. I can see it pairing up well potentially with, I don't know, Yveltal. But yeah, I think you have to make Solgaleo work to get this going. Lunala, I'm putting in sleeper pick because of the fact that it has a glorified multi-skill. I think that alone is going to help it with its stock value. This thing right here, this is really good. Eternatus is really good. You know what? I'm going to put in sleeper pick purely because it is a direct counter to Zacian. I was going to put in high maintenance because if you can't Dynamax it, you kind of limit yourself, as opposed to Zacian, who can actually attack Dynamax Pokemon. Now, you can attack Dynamax Pokemon with the Dynamax Cannon, but I feel like Behemoth Blade is a little bit stronger in general, looking at the list of Pokemon on here. And let's be real, a lot of people are just going to be brain dead Dynamaxing their Restricteds. So I feel like, yeah, obviously Behemoth Blade is going to be a little bit stronger compared to all this instead of Dynamax Cannon. But because this thing is actually direct counter to Zacian, it brings a lot of counterplay to Dialga, to Palkia. It's going to synergize well with, you know, Kyogre. Actually, no, it's going to synergize well with Groudon when it comes to things like Flamethrower. When it comes to, it's just going to be good, okay? Then these last two, I purposely left them out because I don't know where to put them. I'm going to put Ho-Ho in high maintenance. I was already looking at his stats. I was looking at what he has working for it. And this thing is weird. It has what I call Flygon Syndrome. If you remember my physical special and status move video explained. What I mean by that is it has a really good attack stat, but it has better moves for its special attack. And while Regenerator is good and all, I just don't know how much we're going to be willing to swap this Pokemon out. Especially when this bad boy is going to be out here. You got to worry about catching one of these Behemoth Blades. You got to worry about, there's just a decent chunk of stuff you got to worry about. We got to worry about Regieleki. It's going to be a lot of weather wars going on. And because of that, I just don't know exactly how good Regenerator is going to be. It's better than not having Regenerator, like pressure. But I think you're going to be struggling to make Ho-Ho work. And then finally, Calyrex. I'm gonna put Calyrex in good. Not that I think it's super good. I think it's gonna be good for the fact that if you want a hard room team, Calyrex is obviously your guy to run with. Yeah. For me, I don't really see myself as running room unless I get my feet wet. That's what I'm gonna do. One of these days, I'm gonna actually stream and start the team build and maybe hop on Showdown. If you guys are interested in that, please show up to the stream. This this is pretty much it for me, y'all, with the video. I didn't really have a question today. I probably posted it earlier in the video if I remember to edit. Basically, what Pokemon are you looking forward to using? Also, what Pokemon is a sleeper pick if they aren't the same? So for me, I'm looking forward to really using Groudon. I really enjoyed using it after playing it in Series 10. I really want to use Groudon, even though some of the stuff I'm looking at right now, the combination I want to run, it's not looking in my favor right now, but we'll make it work. Other than that, yeah, maybe even a Yveltal. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here, guys. This is it. Let me know your thoughts on Series 12 and those questions today, and bye.